Now on CoastTV News.
New digs, plans for a bigger and better town hall and police station in Dewey Beach. We have the details. Housing help, Milton takes a step toward more affordable options in town. And job cuts. Thousands of federal health workers expect fired as part of the Trump administration's push to reduce the workforce.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
A new town hall and police station coming soon to this plot of land in Dewey Beach. Good evening, I'm Christina DeRobertis. Thanks for joining us here for CoastTV News at 11 on this Friday night. We begin tonight with a major project in Dewey Beach. Dewey town leaders are moving forward with plans for a new town hall, police station, and EMS headquarters. The plan is to have all three of those in the same building. CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conroy is in our newsroom with more on this. Brendan, the project will be done in two phases.
Christina, there are two guarantees with this project. One is that it's not a cheap one by any means. It has a price tag of over $11 million. And the other is that it's not a small one as well. It's going to be over 25,000 square feet of building space, as well as 3 stories to that building. And today at the meeting, what they really discussed was those grants, what they're going to do with the money they have now for this project, and they're not going to be asking anybody who lives in Dewey Beach for any money aside from donations if they choose to give those. When I spoke with people who live in Dewey about this whole project, they told me, a majority told me, they're glad it's finally getting done. More space, upgraded facilities, better resources. That is what the town of Dewey Beach is striving for with their soon-to-be new and improved building that will be home to the town hall, police station, and EMS quarters.
It's long overdue.
The two-phase project will cost over $11 million and will include administrative offices, a dispatch center, holding cells, an evidence room, and even space for emergency medical services, which is new for Dewey Beach. Phil Winkler has lived in Dewey for most of his life. He tells CoastTV he is glad they're finally doing this project.
We've needed that before. The police and the town employees are all in the same place, and it was okay 20 years ago. It's not the same. It's grown, the responsibilities they have and all that is just long overdue.
If you take a look at the land behind me where this new building will go, and you're thinking there's no way more than 23,000 square feet will all be able to fit right here, what they're going to do is have 3 levels for this new building, and it's going to fit all of those features that they're looking for. So rather than having 23,000 square feet spread out that way, they're just going to stack them on top of one another. Brian and Mary Beth Pitcher live in Dewey Beach and agree that as the town grows, so should its resources and police station.
I think it's good. I mean, the town is getting a little more crazier at nighttime, especially late at night. You know, we're progressing. The town's going forward, so you might as well keep on progressing with the town.
While plans are moving forward on this project, the town says it isn't expected to be complete for about 2 years. Like I said before, when we spoke with Commissioner Paul Bauer, he told us no money is coming out of the pockets of locals who live in Dewey Beach, but rather the grants and donations are accepted if people who live in Dewey choose to do so. But otherwise, all the money funding is coming from those grants and the town. Live in the newsroom, Brendan Conroy, CoastTV News.
Okay, thanks, Brendan. Well, new tonight, the Indian River School District has announced 3 public meetings to inform people about the district's upcoming referendum. Officials say they're looking for more money for operational expenses and to help with staff recruitment and retention. The public meetings about this are on March 3rd at Lord Baltimore Elementary School, March 12th at Indian River High School, and March 13th at Sussex Central. All of the meetings start at 7 p.m. The referendum vote is on March 20th. If you had a higher than normal power bill this month, you are certainly not alone. The City of Milford Electric says it's because it's been a lot colder than usual. The city says this made the average household use 12% more energy than the last 5 Januaries. One couple in Milford says their electric bill jumped $400 this month.
I think we need some answers, and nobody has an answer so far, so I think they need to address the situation and explain why it's gone up so drastically for people.
And it's not just the city of Milford. Delmarva Power customers are seeing big bills. It was definitely a hot topic today in Legislative Hall. Delmarva Power says right now it's not charging people for late payments. For January and February, they're allowing people to pay a bit later. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, have you noticed higher utility bills recently? Let's take a look at the results. And it looks like, wow, a lot of people, 76% saying yes by a lot. 14% saying yes also, but just by a little. And not very many people saying no big difference or that it actually went down. We want to know what was the deal with your electric bill this month. So go ahead and vote. Go over to coasttv.com or use our mobile app. Now we're going to take a live look outside into Ocean City, and our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mascherbono, is going to join us with a check on the weather. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Christina. Yeah, those heaters have been cracking this winter. We started this month a little above average. We were in the 60s and 50s, and things have been cooling down quite a bit here in the recent week. And today, it was a cold Valentine's Day, a high of 42 in Georgetown. We saw upper 30s across the eastern shore, 41 Salisbury, and 44 in Ocean City. So the heater's not getting a bit of a break tonight. We may get a break as we go into Sunday, but it's a brief break. We have high pressure retreating eastward. That's going to allow for cloud cover and eventually this system beginning to take shape out in the Tennessee River Valley to spread rain into the area come tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow evening. So it's going to be a rather unsettled weekend. Milder though. We push into the 60s into Sunday. Winds are going to be a story as well, gusting as high as 50 to 60 miles an hour. As I mentioned, that Arctic air makes a return, and we may have a pesky little storm to talk about come next week. We'll talk more about a potential nor'easter coming up, my full 7-day forecast here in a little bit.
All right, thanks for that, Chris. And with that soaking rain could come some flooding. Flooding is a threat to every one of our coastal towns and cities, and in Bethany Beach, town leaders are always looking ahead to the next big storm. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson shows us how Bethany Beach is preparing for future flooding.
Flooding on the coast. Sound familiar?
The nature of the beast being so close to the water.
It's something Bethany Beach leaders have to be prepared for. Hurricane Sandy in 2012, which was the last time the town went under severe evacuation.
The big rainstorms fill up the drain, the water drains.
The dunes on the beach protect the coastal town from nor'easters, so people don't have to spend their days walking through the water. Ken and Kristen Upton live in Bethany Beach and say the storms are just hard to handle, but they think the town is doing what it can.
I think there's a pretty good infrastructure as far as drainage and sewer pipes and all that.
The town says around 30 to 40 days a year, Bethany experiences storm surge flooding, which Bethany is trying to fight against. To do that, they want to install a 3.5-foot dam that the town says would prevent up to 95% of the flooding. Celeste Walker is new to the coast and picked out a house closer to Ocean View than downtown, specifically to be farther away from flood issues.
I didn't want to have to deal with that unless you're up high. I didn't want to be subjected to damage and deal with floods.
While there's no flooding right now in Bethany Beach, today was just a few steps to make sure that this water doesn't end up at your doorstep for the next flood season. In Bethany Beach, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Now to Ocean City. The town's hope of bringing a sports complex to the area has been stalled. It's due to not knowing where the sports complex could be built. And because of that, state money that would help get the project started is now on hold. 3 sites are proposed for this complex, all between Stephen Decatur High School and the intersection of routes 113 and 589. But each of them has an issue that, for now, makes them unfeasible. City Manager Terry McGean would not elaborate on the site problems, but says he's staying optimistic.
We certainly hope not. Our goal has been and is to build the sports complex. There's always some bumps in the road, and that's where we are right now.
A $500,000 stadium grant to pay for design will be released once a site is chosen there in Ocean City. Construction on the Millsboro bypass is moving forward. Starting Monday, DelDOT says work to install pipes will be right here near Route 113 near Oak Avenue. And they say work should be done by February 28th. Affordable and workforce housing back up for discussion in Milton next week. The town council unanimously voted to send a report to the Planning and Zoning Commission to figure out how to bring affordable housing to the town. Some ideas included working with nonprofit housing developers and having an informational kiosk with resources.
I'm against it in the sense of these taking up all the farmland, etc., just to put these mini mansions in there. I think it makes more sense to help out the local folks who live here all the time.
Milton's Planning and Zoning Commission will meet on Tuesday, February 18th at 6:30 to begin discussing the report. The Georgetown Public Library and volunteers are making plastic bags into mats for homeless people. Since 2019, the program called Volunteer Delaware 50 Plus has created over 400 mats, all throughout the state, and now the Georgetown Library is looking to make 100 more by the end of 2025. No experience is needed to join the effort at upcoming workshops that's including on February 20th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Georgetown Library. Well, to national news now. Tonight, thousands of workers across the federal government are without jobs. The day President Donald Trump took office on January 20th, a memo was sent to all agencies ordering them to compile a list of all their probationary workers, noting that it is easier to terminate those employees. This week, scores of those workers were let go. Sherelle Hubbard has more on the fallout from the bold move.
The dismissal of federal workers has been in the works since President Trump's first day in office, but it began in earnest this week. Thousands of probationary employees were met with proverbial pink slips, fired at federal agencies, including the Department of Education, the Small Business Administration, Veteran Affairs, Energy, U.S. Forest Service, just to name a few. Opponents say cuts from that agency could impact workers critical to wildfire protection.
You saw the fires that happened out west in California. They do a tremendous job caring for our lands and protecting communities.
The firings are a part of the Trump administration's effort to slash the federal workforce. In a statement, a spokesman from the Office of Personnel Management said, quote, agencies are taking independent action in light of the recent hiring freeze and in support of the president's broader efforts to restructure and streamline the federal government to better serve the American people at the highest possible standard. Federal workers across the government are bracing for even more downsizing in the near future. The National Federation of Federal Employees Union filed a lawsuit Thursday over the layoffs.
They want to get rid of 75% of the federal workforce, and how they're doing it is illegal, and that's why we filed this lawsuit.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Now, in addition to recent firings and layoffs, more than 77,000 federal workers are voluntarily leaving their jobs through a deferred resignation offer. It's something many people are calling a buyout. And we are just getting started this evening. Still to come, it has been a particularly bad flu season. We have symptoms to watch out for and how to know if you need emergency care. But first, all the cool things to do this weekend.
And it's going to be a cloudy start in Cambridge and Crisfield. Rain moves in a Saturday afternoon through the evening hours and even more rain into Sunday. Winds gusting as high as 60 miles an hour and the threat of a nor'easter. We'll break it all down coming up a little bit later on.
Be careful when getting quotes for a new roof. There may be important things left out. Always ask, are they properly licensed and insured? Are they installing the proper amount of ice and water shield? Are they removing and replacing your siding to install new flashing? Are they checking the attic and soffit for ventilation? Are they protecting your home during installation? When you choose Spicer Brothers, you can have peace of mind that your new roof and all the details will be professionally installed for a lifetime.
To learn more, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Monday at 4 on Coast Life. Discover an off-season stay in Ocean City with an indoor pool, a gym, and much more. Plus, why it's never too early to schedule a pool cleaning. Coast Life, Monday at 4 on Coast TV.
Get the Coast TV News app. The latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Coastal news customized to your needs. Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices. Coast TV, our community, your news.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Love is in the air today, but if you have kids, a romantic night out might be kind of tricky, and that's where the Brandywine Valley SPCA comes in. They're hosting a Valentine's Parents Night Out where your kids, ages 5 to 12, can have a fun night at the shelter while you enjoy date night. There's movies, a pizza party, and the best part, cuddles with adoptable animals. If you're looking for a sweet treat, Saturday from 10 to 3, Cape Henlopen High School hosts a hot chocolate festival. If you're looking for a classic date night, the Jersey Boys are taking the stage at the Milton Theater all month. There are shows on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, whatever works with your schedule. Sunday, Rail House in Dover is hosting a Galentine's Day cocktail class. You can shake up signature drinks, enjoy some tasty treats, plus a DJ dance party. If you're not feeling the love this year, the Big Chill Surf Cantina in Dewey Beach is hosting a Love Stinks Let's Drink party Saturday night. You can celebrate being single or maybe find someone new, enjoy live music, and a silent disco. If you're more into boats than boxes of chocolate, the Seaside Boat Show returns to Ocean City all weekend long. There's going to be over 140 exhibitors and 50 boat dealers. For some more details, just head to coasttv.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
All the natural light of the great outdoors, right in your dining room. Shell Brothers, find your great indoors. All the solitude of the outdoors, without the bad Wi-Fi connection. Shell Brothers, find your great indoors.
Fall in love with safety and reliability at Gateway Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. From rain and snow to sunny skies, Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive has you covered through any weather. Right now, take home a new 2025 Subaru Outback and take advantage of great financing rates as low as 1.9%. Stop by today to pre-order the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, designed for tomorrow. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Hi, this is Amber Brazier. Welcome to Brazier's Carpet Care. Drop off your rugs today or have us pick them up and let our state-of-the-art cleaning plant do the rest. Many methods are used to clean rugs, from air dusting to remove fine soil to soaking in our whirlpool. Hand-knotted rugs are carefully washed, rinsed with cold water and wrung out, followed by a trip through the centrifuge before entering our controlled temperature drying room. We also repair all types of rugs from braided to hand-knotted. Quality cleaning by people who care. That's Brazier's Carpet Care.
If you know a high school student on Delmarva with a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts,
nominate them to become a WBOC Mount Air Farm to Table Scholarship winner.
the people who grow and prepare our food are more important than ever.
We are looking for 10 graduating seniors with a passion for feeding the world like we do at Mount Air Farms.
Nominees must have a 3.5 GPA or better, be an active participant in farming or culinary programs, and spend time giving back to the community.
Go to WBOC.com to nominate today.
Well, I hope everyone had a spectacular Valentine's Day with that special summer. We had plenty of sunshine. It was a bit on the cold side. We had temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s. Right now, we're holding at 34 in Ocean City, 27 in Georgetown, 26 Salisbury. So we'll drop a few more degrees here across the interior area as well as the coast before we see some clouds roll in. We have a gale wind warning across the coast and the bay through 7 o'clock Monday. Winds really are going to begin picking up as we go into Sunday through Monday. You see the purple here extending from Pennsylvania down through Maryland and Virginia. That is a winter weather advisory. Those areas are going to begin as some snow and wintry mix with our system come tomorrow. And you see a broad area of flood watches extending from West Virginia all the way down through Arkansas and Tennessee. You can see the storm system beginning to take shape here. Snow to the north, mix across St. Louis, and rain down to the south. This is going to be an all-rain event here across Delmarva. We have a cloudy start tomorrow. Rain develops through the afternoon and into the evening, so not an ideal Saturday night. We're going to have widespread rain, heavy at times. We get a bit of a breakthrough Sunday morning. before another round rolls in Sunday afternoon. We could even be dealing with some thunder, but the wind's really going to begin picking up, gusting upwards of 60 miles an hour. And by the time we wake up Monday morning, we're dealing with wind chills in the teens. So we start the day with some breaks in the clouds, but mostly cloudy skies. That rain develops through the afternoon. You can see it through the evening, about 7 o'clock, dealing with some heavy rain through Seaford, Georgetown, back towards the coast. And through the evening and overnight, we get a bit of a break. Notice those strong south to southwest winds gusting. We're into the 60s come Sunday ahead of a vigorous cold front. We see some heavier rain moving in Sunday afternoon, some rumbles of thunder possible, and then that rain clears the coast by Sunday evening, and then strong northwesterly winds kick in, ushering in a blast of Arctic air. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk of severe weather, basically for Worcester, Accomack, and Wicomico counties, so those areas could see a gusty wind thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon, generally about an inch to as much as 2 inches of rain once all is said and done by Sunday evening. You'd see those winds 50 to near 60 miles an hour, and then out of the northwest come Monday morning. Monday morning, we are seeing wind chills in the teens. Certainly going to be a shock to the system after being in the 60s come Sunday. There's the setup. Early next week, we have high pressure settling in, cold Arctic air filtering in, and then things get interesting. Wednesday through Thursday, a potential nor'easter developing. We'll continue to follow this. This could be a high impact weather maker come next week. We have that red alert in play for the wind and rain Sunday, keeping a close eye on Wednesday through Thursday, Christina.
Yes, we are. Okay, thanks for that, Chris. Well, we're continuing to cover the most intense flu season in the U.S. since more than 15 years ago. The latest data shows there have been around 13,000 deaths related to the virus, including at least 57 children who have died. Symptoms of the flu can include things like high fever, muscle aches, body pain, and headache, but experts say if red flags are present, like a persistently high fever, shortness of breath, or difficulty breathing, it's time to head to the emergency room.
We don't think that the cases themselves are more severe or that this strain is causing worse flu than in a typical season. It's just so much more frequent.
Those at the highest risk of getting severely sick are seniors and those with some pre-existing medical conditions like heart disease and lung disease. And by the way, doctors say it's not too late to get a flu shot. In related news, Tidal Health has reinstated temporary masking requirements at its hospitals and its outpatient facilities. Officials say it's due to a rise in COVID, RSV, and flu cases. The mask requirement effective immediately at Tidal Health locations. And you may have noticed higher egg prices lately. It's in part due to avian flu outbreaks across the U.S. Now that's leading to a surge in interest in backyard chickens. But agriculture experts say backyard chickens may not yield the savings that you're looking for because of feed and upkeep costs. However, there could be some other rewards.
From a dollars and cents standpoint, it probably doesn't work. But I think there's a lot of non-monetary benefits from this that people enjoy. How do you take some pride in producing this yourself?
Also worth noting here, having a backyard flock of chickens requires a fair amount of time and attention. Experts say several times a day at a minimum, you need to check in on the chickens, check on their food and their water, and collect eggs and close them up at night. Coming up in sports tonight, Stephen Decatur basketball looking to stay undefeated in Bayside play while taking on Queen Anne's County. And coming up, Valentine's Day. It's known for red, it's known for pink. But what are you to do if you're feeling blue this Valentine's Day?
Delmarva Sports Network updates can be heard on 93.5 The Beach.
Stop! Don't buy that boat till you visit Rudy Marine's Open House Sales Event, February 12th through the 22nd. Huge inventory and lower pricing than all regional boat shows. Plus, free service contract with every boat purchase. Rudy Marine's Open House Sales Event. Don't miss it.
At Delaware Electric Cooperative, keeping the lights on is a team effort, and our team broke a reliability record in 2024. Members experienced a nearly 20% drop in outages, and our crews have never restored power faster. Our success is a result of dedicated engineers, careful planning, tree trimming, and the use of advanced technology that can self-heal power lines and equipment. And not only has Co-op power never been more reliable, it's also the most affordable in the state of Delaware.
The doctors of Delmarva Chiropractic take great pride in offering the finest, most individualized care to their patients and stay on the cutting edge of healthcare and clinical interventions. As winners of Coastal Style and Metropolitan Magazine's Best Chiropractors for 7 years in a row, Doctors Lane, Brown, and Taylor help with conditions such as back pain, sciatica, headaches, concussions, dizziness, and much more. The clinic also offers laser therapy, decompression, acupuncture, and custom orthotics. Call Delmarva Chiropractic today and take the first step toward achieving your maximum potential.
Your best deal on a new Chevrolet starts right here at First State Chevrolet in Georgetown. Save up to $5,500 on this 2025 Chevrolet Silverado.
Save over $15,000 on this 2024 low cab Forward.
Sales, service, parts, body shop, and towing, all in one convenient location just 1 mile north of the DMV in Georgetown.
Stop in or find us on the web at firststatechevy.com.
We are First State Chevy in Georgetown, where we put you, the customer, first. Together, let's drive.
As a fellow veteran and family-owned business, Morse Roofing and Siding loves to give back to those that have served for the freedoms of this country.
Dear Lieutenant Colonel Richard Marks, thank you for your service. In honor of your 20-plus years in the U.S. Air Force, we would like to give you, as our gift, this new CertainTeed roofing system at no cost to you.
And right now, we would like to give a free CertainTeed upgrade to any military veteran between now and December the 31st.
There's good.
There's better.
And then there's more.
Stop! Don't buy that boat till you visit Rooney Marine's open house sales event, February 12th through the 22nd. Huge inventory and lower pricing than all regional boat shows. Plus, free service contract with every boat purchase. Rooney Marine's open house sales event. Don't miss it.
Today is, of course, Valentine's Day. It's a day all about love and friendship. But during this time, experts say many of us feel disconnected. Mary Bell Gonzalez tells us what could be driving these feelings of loneliness and what can be done to help.
At this speed dating event, people are looking for love.
Show that to me and I'll give you a name tag.
You'll have 5-minute rounds to befriend strangers. And the hope?
To have fun.
Yeah.
As a human beings, we do need to interact with other people and we are not just lonely.
Yes. Ashley Turner and Raghu Kantham are the professional cupids organizing this event.
We are ready to get started.
The idea behind the couple's business blossoming after their own success story meeting at a similar gathering 9 years ago.
We hit it off and then now here we are.
They also host outings where people can connect, which Ashley and Raghu say are only growing in demand.
I think as you get older, life just gets busier and busier, and it's harder to make the time and make the investment to make these connections.
In 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General declared loneliness an epidemic and a public health concern. Last year, researchers at Harvard's Graduate School of Education conducted a survey to find out what is driving this.
One was technology, a few other top reasons: families lacking quality time together, working too much or being too exhausted, and mental health issues hurting our relationships.
But the good news?
The top solution, reaching out to a family member or a friend.
Building community, the antidote to a lonely heart.
I think your world gets so much bigger, as soon as you open it up to other people and places and thoughts. Say goodbye to your date.
I'm Mary Bell Gonzalez reporting.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Tonight, Stephen Decatur boys basketball looking to stay undefeated in conference play while facing off with Queen Anne's County. First half, Decatur fast break. Noah Tucker all alone, and he lays it in to put the Seahawks up 10-5. About 30 seconds later, the Seahawks pass is picked off by QAC and Amari Baynard slams it down, and Lions trailing by 3. Then under 3 minutes in the first, 12-7 Decatur, and Noah Tucker is making things happen again for the Seahawks, putting them ahead 14-7. And in the end, Decatur takes this game 63-49. To an ECAC semifinal, Salisbury School visiting Worcester Prep. The Mallards aiming for their third win over the Dragons this season. Let's get to the action. The Fighting Mallards start off hot on offense. Facilitator Owen West hits Michael DePalma for the triple with 7:43 to go in the first. Mallards building a lead until Hayden Gallione dishes it. Freshman guard Zach Stratton, who fires it from long range, making it 11-6. Then, with less than a minute to go in the first, Xavier Stratton shows that Dragons are supposed to fly, and he slams down the rim grazer to bring Salisbury School within 1 point. As time is expiring in the half, the Mallards run a scheme to get sophomore Danny Kerwin open, and he sinks the three with seconds left. Worcester Prep up 24-18. Then in the third, from one Stratton to another off the inbound, Xavier Stratton hits the corner three as the Dragons are now down by 6. Zach Stratton finding his teammates open behind the arc as he swings it to Gallione, who hits the offset triple with under 5 to go in the third. And in the end, the Mallards are too much to handle as they win this one 53-50. That'll do it for sports. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Listen to 93.5 The Beach, Delmarva's rock station.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
Don't you just love love?
Oh, I love it.
And because no two types of love are the same, Macy's has Valentine's Day gifts for all of them. Gifts for first love, true love,
puppy love,
cuddling on a Sunday love.
DSN Plus is more action. 4 additional live stream games every weeknight and full replays on demand. DSN Plus is more local. 5 live games every weeknight, showcasing high school showdowns and regional rivalries across Delmarva. DSN Plus is more access. Watch on your mobile devices, and remember, DSN is still free over the air and on cable. But get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Every story that we do, number one, it affects us as well because we live here and this is our community as well. A lot of times in the media in general, there are stories that are put out that maybe are not the most popular. Maybe people don't want us to do certain stories, or maybe people question, why are we doing those stories? But I just want our viewers to realize that there is a motivation for every story that we do. Our longtime owner, Mr. Thomas Draper, had a saying that we have a moral obligation to serve the people of Delmarva. And that saying really still rings true to this day in how we make our news coverage decisions. It doesn't necessarily mean the stories that we cover will be the most popular. Some people don't want light to be shed on those stories, but I hope viewers can understand there is a motivation for everything that we do, because at our core is the belief that we have that moral obligation to serve them, to give them news that is important to their communities, that could help them on their day-to-day activities. That is something that we always live with, and we have that through line through all of our work. And I just hope people can understand that is really what motivates us to get through every single story we do.
CoastTV, our community, your news.
In honor of Valentine's Day today, DelDOT has the Indian River Inlet Bridge all lit up in red tonight. Maybe you can take a ride down, go see the Valentine's glow with someone special. I'd call that a date. Or if running is your thing, the third Lover's Lane Valentine's Boardwalk 5K is tomorrow in Rehoboth Beach at 10 a.m. It starts at the bandstand. It's encouraged to wear red or pink, and there is an award to the best dressed Cupid.
There you go. And they're looking pretty good, at least through the morning. Rain's going to arrive by the afternoon. Looking live into Ocean City, 34 degrees. We'll drop a few more degrees here through the overnight as clouds increase. Tomorrow, 45. Rain arrives in the afternoon through the evening. Could be heavy at times. We get a bit of a break overnight before another wave of rain rolls in Sunday. This one could be stronger. Winds gusting as high as 50 to 60 miles an hour. Mitchell Francis of Millsboro, Delaware, you're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella, and you can get your forecast anytime by dialing our First Alert weather phone. We have that red alert in play for those winds gusting upwards of 60. We're much colder into President's Day, and that sets the stage for a potential nor'easter. We're going to keep a close eye on that. Could be a high impact a weather maker across Delmarva Wednesday night through Thursday.
Sounds fun. Okay, thanks, Chris, and thanks to you for joining us for Coast TV News at 11. For some more local news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next, and we'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 6 p.m. Have a great night.